everyone, welcome back to the channel and another Kitty Disney's Magic Kingdoms game live stream. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful start to their week and is ready to talk about what is going to be coming next to Disney's Magic Kingdoms. Very excited to say we are going to be getting Robin Hood, and it does appear like it is going to be a limited time event. So I'm going to be doing my prediction today on, what things are roughly going to look like. Images were very difficult because it is a very, very old movie. So we have to keep that in mind. I believe it's 1973. So the animation and the graphics, not even this good, but you will see a couple of the characters and stuff I just could not get good images for to share with you guys. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of, have to use our imagination a little bit, but I'll try and give you guys a decent look. I think Robin Hood turned out probably one of the best. The other one, of course, is Prince John. It is going to be very, very interesting with that. Good morning, guys. Hi, Heather. Hi, Rex. Krabby. I think I saw that it was your birthday today, so happy birthday. Hi, Sven. Bobby. Yeah, it should be an event, so it is going to be exciting that it is. Alicia, hey, how's it going, girl? I just remembered I needed my iPad for something here, so better make sure I have that up and running. Hi, Hunter. Welcome. Hi, Abby. You got a new Xbox. Say what? Which one did you get? Holy smokes, that is super duper exciting. Wow, that is amazing. So let's talk about the characters here. So obviously this is a prediction, so things may change or whatnot. And again, the imaging is done by me, so yeah, we'll just kind of work with that for today. We will be getting, I believe, a live stream. I think it is March 4th. So not this Friday, but next Friday. We haven't got anything about this week, so yeah, we'll just assume that it is going to be next week. So yeah, I have not been playing my kingdom as much, but I am going to have to probably lock in my happiness and try and get it back up again. There just really hasn't been anything that's useful for me or whatever, and so I was kind of like, all right. The little leaderboards, I figured maybe it'd seem like Mulan's costume or something appear, and they just didn't tell us or whatever, but that didn't happen. So pretty much just kind of ready for the new content here. Very, very excited. You got the one with the new Scully. Oh, nice. You know what? They should have given it to everybody who got a new Xbox, but I'm glad you managed to get one with Dark Scully. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Congratulations. So your gameplay and your visuals are going to be extra awesome now. I love Xbox personally. I am definitely a controller player, so yeah, that is going to be awesome. 100%. Kat, it's your birthday too today. Oh my gosh, we have 2 birthdays in chat. Holy smokes. That is amazing. So yeah, the first set of characters here, I'm going to say probably 100% showing up Robin Hood. Yeah, it's like the name of the movie. I don't think there's any question there. Maid Marian. I think Maid Marian kind of has to as well. I couldn't find a decent image that was okay quality. There's a bunch of ones of toys and stuff, but I was like, nah, or they were really blurry. So yeah, anyways, Maid Marian, we'll have to kind of use our imagination on in terms of what she'll really look like, but I think that she is going to be a character in this particular outfit because she wears this pretty much the whole movie except at the end. So yeah, anyways, I think this is going to look amazing, and I'm very excited to get her into the kingdom. So that's 2 characters. The third one, who, honestly, I don't know if anybody noticed from Robin Hood, but Little John isn't so little, but it's actually the same voice actor who does Baloo as well. And I'm going to show you guys an image in a minute here of the appearance similarities from the two movies of Baloo and Little John, and you guys are gonna go, what? So we can pretty much expect, like, if you guys want a pretty good idea on what you know, our Prince John or Little John. Oh my gosh, help me. Little John's gonna look like. It is gonna be fantastic, but it's gonna look a lot like Baloo in our kingdom. So you guys can always pull up your kingdom and take a look at that. I didn't take a screenshot for you guys, but I could always enter my game after this and show you. But yeah, again, you guys can just open it up, take a look at Baloo, and imagine him with clothes on. All right, our fourth character, which again I think is pretty much guaranteed to be our villain. Now, whether he shows up first or last in the dialogue, you know, I feel like he's not going to be premium, I don't think. Just because, again, being the villain. So it depends on how they decide to play this story out and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, I was very proud of this imaging. It took me a long time to individually place all the little gems and like the coin stuff. Anyways, it was a really hard one to make, but it was really fun because I was like, oh, this is gonna be the best image. So yeah, long live King Richard. But Prince John is literally just kicking everybody's butt, like 100%. I just don't know how they're gonna incorporate him now though into the kingdom, based off of how his ending was, because he was like literally him and his sidekick, Sir Hiss, who I'm going to show you guys in a second here. But basically, like, they are, yeah, working the land. They're, like, in jail. They have, like, jailbird clothes on and everything. So we're going to have some sort of other, like, rise to power type of thing, I think. And especially now that Maid Marian and Robin Hood got married at the end of the movie, we are, I think, going to see, like, you know, again, a lot of connection between the two of them. And then again, Prince John maybe trying to screw things up or whatever in Sherwood Forest, or, you know, in Nottingham once again. So anyways, I think it's going to be really interesting with the dialogue. And I don't think they can screw it up, but you never know. I do think as well they should add Sir Hiss, who I do think, there's my imaging for him too. But yeah, again, very difficult to get some of these images. Wow. And they, like, not the best quality, and the cutouts took, like, a full day for me. And I was like, what the actual heck? Totally nuts. Hi, Anna Karen. How you doing, girl? This image is adorable. I love the gems and the gold. You know what? I love it too, and did take me so long, but it was so worth it. Like, I am so happy with at least these, the last two images here. So this is Sir Hiss. Now, the only thing is I was wondering, I think he'll probably end up being a premium, probably our second premium. Again, this is like my guess here for that. Again, it's hard to know for sure. It depends on the direction that they go, and especially because the ending was kind of like The Little Mermaid in the sense of, like, you know, they got married and things like that, right? So, you know, and remember with the kingdom, it's always like these events are happening 1 year later. So they kind of made everything sort of like that in terms of the general storyline for each one. So really we haven't gone too far ahead, but again, like, we do see our villains defeated, but yet coming back, right? So that has been pretty standard there, you know, for stuff for sure. Meow. Hi, Sunny. How's it going? Miklos, just be careful with the spamming there, hon. I see you. Just my bot does not like when people go crazy like 100 times in a row, like copying and pasting. So yeah, just be mindful. I don't mind the spamming, but just be careful of doing it a little bit too much. Who is my favorite Encanto character? Ooh, that's a really tough one. I did really like Mirabelle, and she didn't really have powers, so Yeah, that kind of doesn't make her like my 100% favorite, but I'll get back to you once. It's so hard to make a decision in that movie. Like, I literally can't even decide who would come to the kingdom because there's just so many I think they could add on top of that, right? And I'm like, favorite? I'm like, how can you pick a favorite? They're all awesome with all these cool powers and stuff. So I was like, pfft. I really like the house. If that was a character, the house like makes the movie 100%. 100%. Having all that magic, inside and communicating with the characters. Oh, 100%. The house is like the best. It wouldn't be the same without it for sure. Robin Hood, no way. Yes way, Maddie. Yes, freaking way. Robin Hood is coming. All right, our next character here, which I'm pretty sure we could guarantee him. He is the Sheriff of Nottingham. And I think we kind of have to have him. I know it kind of makes like 3 kind of bad guys, but at the same time, like, we need somebody to go around and collect taxes, right? This is essentially his job, and he just makes everybody's life miserable, probably even more than anybody else, because he's the one actually interacting with, the people and everything. And I think he's like a little bit of a nightmare, 100%, but I feel like we need him pretty early on in the event to be just that, having that consistent chaos. So I feel like in terms of the battlegrounds and stuff like that, we could see one of 2 things here, where I think like, we're going to see Prince John on some sort of throne, right? And then, I don't know, people like throwing tomatoes or whatever at him, right? But I think that definitely will end up being some sort of quest there with that, and then probably later on as well. But I think, like, one of the big things is the reason if we have Prince John as the villain, then it does give the sheriff, like, a lot of kind of power in the battlegrounds, as well with Sir Hiss, especially if he is a premium. So I could definitely see that. And I don't think we'd have both Sir Hiss and the sheriff both being premiums. I just don't think they would do that to, like, 2 bad guys. But anyways... I think he's kind of a must here. Now, I could see Friar Tuck as this kind of that 7th character here, and I think that kind of wraps, that list of the 7 that I really do think that would make the cut here. And I will explain also, too, why I kind of went with these particular 7. But Friar Tuck, like, he does play a big role with keeping, everybody happy, right? In Nottingham, in terms of, like, dealing with the day-to-day sort of like commoners, right? So I think we could have a lot of good dialogue relatively early on between him and the sheriff. So I think kind of having those 2 here, like, we kind of need them relatively early on. Now, again, premium or not, I could see him being premium, but I could also see him as, like, I don't know if he should start off the event, because I feel like he's a bit of a weak character in that sense. Like, I don't know if everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, like, yay, we have it. I'm like, I don't know if that's exactly gonna be the best way. But if we started off with like Maid Marian or something like that as our first character, then maybe, I don't think they do her premium, because I think she's too important in the storyline. But I could see like them having a little bit of like side quest, good kind of banter going, which would be really nice. Otherwise, they'd make Friar like that 2nd character after her. But again, it depends on which direction they go. But I'm kind of thinking Friar and Sir Hiss would be decent premiums. Now, if they decide to do Friar as like a regular storyline character, then maybe the sheriff would, and then Sir Hiss wouldn't, right? So again, this is all kind of based off Sir Hiss getting that premium, which again, I do think would happen. And I think too, it'll kind of be like similar to having like Caw in the kingdom. And maybe that's why we never got him and he was only on the attraction, because then that'd be like 2 snakes that are like relatively similar. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. I really, really cannot wait. Why is this video 13 plus? Because it is a stream, because sometimes there are words that come out of my mouth that are not appropriate, and I talk about, 13 plus things. I mean, I play a lot of different games. Genshin, which is, again, over that age group. Fortnite, again, it's over that kind of mark as well. So, like most of this stuff, the younger demographics, or the younger kind of population, they wouldn't be interested in. And I'm going into like a lot of detail with this game in terms of gameplay and strategy and things like that, that again, doesn't appeal to that audience. So yeah, I'm like, you know, an adult and a kid, like adult body, but kid mind, but at the same time, I'm an adult. Like it's just how it is. I've always made my channel like, you know, for that demographic. But yeah, I don't appeal to that younger age group. So yeah, I had to mark it as something, and there's no way that I'm appropriate enough for below that age. So yeah, and I mean, you're not supposed to technically have a YouTube account if you're under that age anyway. So, you know, yeah. Anyways, the next character, I don't think is going to make the cut in terms of appearing in the kingdom. However, I think she could end up being a Tower Challenge character in like a year or two. Now, Lady Cluck is the name of this character. I think she did have an important enough role to make it in to the event. However, she isn't important enough when it comes to having those 7 characters. I really, like, I know she made it, okay, and I'll guess now might be a good time to explain my thought process with my character selection today. There are only a certain amount of characters if you watch the intro, which I know a lot of people skip over, of Robin Hood. So the first essentially like 2 minutes, you'll see that they have the characters, and then they introduce with the name who they are. So they obviously went with the most important characters. I think there was a total of 10. 2 of them are vultures, which again, like, they definitely won't make the cut. I think they would appear like on an attraction maybe, but like, you know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna quite make the cut there. So kind of like David, right, from Lilo and Stitch. It's like he was an important role, but was he important enough in the 7 character concept? No. Maybe if you got rid of Angel, but they wanted Angel, and Angel was a good asset. So yeah, I just think that, again, just not good enough to make the cut. Belle's father, same kind of thing. So I think like she just might be one of these ones that we'll hear about, but we won't actually see at this particular time. The rooster, he actually appears in that list at the beginning. I think he's kind of that first one that's introduced there, actually, if I remember correctly. But the thing is that is he important enough to have like in this particular event? And then who would we cut out? Typically it's 7 characters we get for the most part, right? We could even be cut down to 5 or 6. Like we've seen it in Brave, we've seen it in Luca. Like there are things that they cut out and make smaller. So I just don't think the rooster or Lady Cluck are gonna quite make the cut here. It doesn't mean that they won't make an appearance one day, but I just don't think it's good. Oh, Gord was very important. Right. I know. He was the lead. Like, honestly, I still don't understand. I feel like it was like a troll move. It was more just like, what's the easiest character that we could possibly create with absolutely no dialogue and just make everyone really frustrated? I'm either literally, I cannot think of any other character. I know Gord was apparently like, she definitely should be in the Kingdom Over Gord, but you know, it is what it is. But unfortunately, I don't do gifts, and 10,000 gems, like that would cost way too much money. Like that would be like several $100s. Like it's like $150 for the regular bundle. Like with maxing them out, what does that give you? Like 2,000 or 3,000 or 2,000 gems? So yeah, 10,000, dude, that's a lot, and yeah, we don't have that here. So yeah, it is what it is. On Monday, I opened a Moana Legendary chest, and you got hey, and you used your gems on the chest. James, that is so lucky and so awesome, because you only spent 60 gems on that, and he was a premium character in that event. So yeah, you got lucky. Can we play Kahoot? What the hell is that? Never even heard of that. Wow. We need to add King Candy, honestly. If DMK, we do need another Wreck-It Ralph Tower challenge. Right! Right! Honestly, he should have come over that. Or even, like, Knowsmore, right? Would have been a way better asset. Okay, so anyways, the rooster, again, I don't think is going to make the cut, but again, he did make it in that initial intro, so moving on from that. That is going to be my list of characters. Now, I was sent this by email, and apparently this is a concept from what I understood from the email. It wasn't, like, written super awesome, but I figured I would share it. They asked to be named, left anonymous, so I was like, okay. But this would be an image of, I guess, like our little side banner. So I think that honestly looks pretty realistic, and I could definitely see that as being an option there. I was also sent this concept that was apparently designed by that person. So anyways, like, this would be a look at kind of, I think this is very well done, to be honest. You know, that person that did this, like, hands down, I could totally see this working out. The stained glass there, I have more of an idea with it, but I think considering this is just the concept, very, very well done. You know, again, the character animations, like, they kind of really blend in. The eyes are a little big, but it's nice that we could actually see some of their eyes for a change. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good idea of the 7 characters, and it's basically what I had in mind anyway. So, yeah. Now on to what we see from Baloo and what we see from Little John. So as you guys can see in the actual animated film, they're basically the same. Here, can I remove myself here for a sec? Which one am I on? This screen? Nope. I'll have to do it manually. There. So yeah, to give you guys a general idea, like, they basically are the same kind of character design, same voice actor. And so that's why I think Baloo is literally going to be a copy paste thing, and then change the bear's color and give him, like, a hat and a shirt. So I think that, this is going to be a similar concept in terms of, what DMK bases their design off of. They'll just use basically Baloo and just change the color. So, yeah. It is impressive. 100%. Very, very impressive. Hichu, hey, you know what, Spin, when you wrote that, I don't know why, but I saw Hilly Troll. Oh my gosh. Hichu, if you ever need a Halloween costume idea now, it is gonna be a Hilly Troll, because then you'll be Hichu the Hilly Troll. It would be so great. So great. You love my mini shirt? Thank you. Thank you. I love this shirt. It's fantastic. So, anyways, moving on. Okay, so based off of that when I was coming up with my characters and stuff, I kind of was looking to see if there are any themed, rides or, characters in the kingdom. There are absolutely no park rides for Robin Hood. I think that's a huge mistake. But anyways, so these haven't appeared apparently in the kingdom in a while. They are kind of like, I want to say, like, more of a seasonal kind of character to appear. But Robin Hood isn't always available to see. So you guys can see how they would look like in the park. And also, too, you can see here, like, again, Prince John sucking his thumb is fantastic. Friar Tuck even made it in, and so did the sheriff. So when I was coming up with my ideas as well, I was like, okay, the intro, kind of a giveaway. And then these are the characters that actually appear in the park. So I'm like, yeah, I think we're starting to see some pretty good stuff here. So I snagged these from Google. So yeah, anyways, that's one of the things that was helpful. I didn't see anything particularly, that wasn't from, like, maybe the 80s or something. But yeah, anyways, for Maid Marian, so I just kind of was like, all right, I feel like a must. So these are some examples of the gold trophies. Now, the gold trophy could be anything here, right? I do see, like, some potential concepts is going to be, and this could have gone for Merida as well, but it wasn't used. it was like their symbol for the flag, which again could be used. I don't think I have an image of that. But yeah, anyways, basically they could have the flag appear, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be more of like a dart, or not a dart. No, but how do I describe it? Shit. I had it in mind. You know, when the arrow hits the board, it's like the dart. It's not a dart board, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? So anybody done archery? Anybody tried it and know what the hell I'm talking about here? Hilly churl, he chew the hilly. See, I literally am. Are in Genshin. Our dear Steffi has played so many hours, it's affecting her reading. It has. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's just what it is. Yeah, honestly, it would be oh my god. Hichi, do you not know what a hilly churl is? Oh shit. Okay, remind me, oh shit. Remind me. I guess I'll probably be doing a Genshin stream at some point on YouTube. So if you catch that, but otherwise I'll try and include it in my next one, okay? My next stream, I'll do like a little section of showing you what a hilly churl is. But yeah. And yeah, the target. Okay, target. Thank you, Sven. The arrow hitting the target. So I think like that would be more of like an appropriate thing for the gold trophy. Thank you. I don't know. Anyways, I was thinking of dartboards for some silly reason. So in terms of the parade float, okay, I was looking to see if Robin Hood got a parade float at Disney ever. There apparently, it's not, again, a popular thing, but it did show up like a long time ago. I think this is, again, by image quality, I'm going like 80s maybe. So this was called the Disney's Electrical Parade. And again, if you guys have seen it at the parks or something like that like, please let me know if you've seen one. I haven't been to the parks in a long time, and you know, those were things like I wouldn't have paid attention to anyways. I was too young for that. But anyway, the Electoral Parade did feature a parade float. Again, you can even tell, like, if you zoom in, like, I zoomed in and, like, again, just to kind of give myself a general idea. And the clothing's, like, the style that people are wearing, I feel like it's more like maybe 90s or late 80s. That's my guess. But, yeah, the clothing style kind of looks like that. And, again, image quality. So this was one of the parade floats. So you can see, like, it's one of the the carriages essentially that Prince John is kind of like pulled around. I think it would make sense, and it does look like this in the actual film. So I don't know if we'll get elephants pulling it per se. I think we can pretty much erase those off. But I would say here, you know, this would be generally a pretty beautiful parade float and would almost resemble Cinderella's a little bit of the carriage. It would give us like that vibe. So just a thought there. Again, like that's the only thing I could kind of go off of here. But wait, Princess Heech. Oh my God. That's so funny. Hey Mega, how's it going? Definitely dress as a princess for Halloween. Oh my God. Do a hilly churl and then add like one of those like old school princess hats over. It'd be great. Oh my God. I am getting way ahead of myself here. Princess hilly churl. Man, I wish I could draw super well because hands down, I would make a sketch of that because in my mind, it is so beautiful and messed up at the same time. Well, there's like this one little girl who like it's a daily quest or whatever. Whereas I think it's in Mondstadt commissioned quest anyways, and so this little girl wants to like communicate with the hilly churls and stuff, so she's like, oh, I'm brave enough to go and communicate, like speaks the language, whatever. So I was thinking like that would be perfect. She could like run up to the princess hilly churl. It would probably make her day 100%. So I love all of them. My favorite one on here, the Robin Hood. Sorry, did I miss something? Sorry, Sorry, Mega. I probably missed like the first part of your sentence. Did I get Yay Miko or somebody else? So I pulled on Yay Miko the first time, and it was Yay Miko or Chi-Chi, essentially. And if you guys watched it, you would have seen I got Chi-Chi, and it was like, I couldn't quite find the joy there for a few minutes. But I did some single polls. I haven't posted it yet on YouTube. I wasn't sure if I was going to because it was kind of like a random, like, one poll type of thing. And I ended up getting her. I was so happy. Probably my celebration's better than the actual rest of it. But, oh my God, silly churl, Billy Jasmine. Silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh. Hootaz, the best. I love that it creeps some people out too. Hot topic today. Steffi makes my name into a got topic. Yes, amazing. So true. Anyways, it's always good for a laugh. Okay, so in terms of attractions, I think we have to have King Richard's castle. And yes, it does belong to King Richard and not Prince John. But Sir Hiss and Prince John had this elaborate scheme. I know you guys may know this from watching the movie, but if it's been a while, I'll refresh your memories. So they sent him on some, like, you know, adventure, essentially, of, like, fighting something that wasn't really there. Anyways, they sent him off on some excursion that was crazy. And Prince John's left in charge, so it is King Richard's castle, and we do see him at the end of the film, but I don't think he's like, he was in the movie enough to make the cut anyways, but this is his castle, and I think this is kind of the look, roughly, we're going to kind of see. I don't think it's going to quite be a battlegrounds, but I definitely see more of that, like, the throne that we saw, like, at the Archery and stuff like that as being a thing. Now, this is one I feel like should be there. This is called, I took a screenshot from the disneyworld.disneygo.com. So, in Walt Disney World only, they have the Friar's Nook. So it's a dining location in Fantasyland at the Disney Magic Kingdom's park. So I feel like this would be something that, you know, could be included. Would it look like this? I don't know. This is what it would look like if we zoom in a little bit closer. But it is a dining experience, apparently, here that you have to make, like, reservations for. I think it says here. Yeah, dining plans are temporarily unavailable. You can do, like, mobile orders or whatever. So that's just because, you know, the parks are still under this so-called psycho, you know, lockdown thing. So it's unfortunate, but they do, if you guys see the sign there, it does say the Friar's Nook. So essentially, I see that as being maybe redesigned and being added into the kingdom. Otherwise, I could see, like, some sort of concession with that, but yeah. Now, in terms of the stained glass, I was thinking about this and the rooster not being a character. So my thought process with this is that we would be seeing something more along the lines of this. Probably more along the lines of the rooster, but I definitely could see, like, you know, the reward poster or something like that as being something that could appear. Now, whether this is going to be a decoration or it's going to actually appear on the stained glass, I don't know. But I think it is pretty safe to say that at that particular point in time, you know, 1,000 of the currency is, you know, a lot of money for his capture. So I feel like this is important enough that it's either going to get some sort of, like, sign or, you know, whatever, and it'll be a decoration. We may not even get any decorations. So that is always a really shitty thing now, is that we don't have any of that kind of stuff. But that's why I was kind of thinking maybe this would appear on the stained glass. It is relatively important because it's brought up many, many times by the villagers in Nottingham, like the little bunnies and the turtle and stuff like that. They have, like, this whole scene and discussion about, you know, how he appears on the poster and all that, and how, you know, he's good looking and everything. So anyways, there's this whole thing around it, and this does appear in the film like this as well. So I do feel like it is symbolic enough to somehow make it into the game. How? Who knows? But again, stained glass, I feel like wouldn't be a bad idea. Amanda, hey. That building reminds me of one I've been to in Dream World Gold Coast. Oh, the design of it? Yeah, it's pretty neat, isn't it? I really like that. Yeah, it's very cool. Gilligan, hey, how's it going? I'm happy you're able to join us too. It has been forever. I do remember you though. Your streams are the best and so inspiring. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you've got work and you're working hard and everything. And I do look forward to seeing you though at some streams in the future for sure. 100%. You always here we go again with my like hilly churl thing and whatever. But Gilligan, I was like Gilligan's Island. You probably get that a lot, but anyways, I was like, yes, great name. That's probably how I remembered you to begin with. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I think our third attraction needs to be Sherwood Forest. What a look, I don't know. It could end up being really, really small. I don't know if this particular, like I've found this image here, and this is in a kind of the area from the movie, but it gave me Winnie the Pooh vibes. So I was thinking, depending on the color scheme that they kind of go with, I feel like we could be seeing something that kind of resembles like Rabbit's house in the game and stuff. But that being said, it'll look more like this instead of, having carrots on the front lawn and everything. But I could definitely see some animation actually being done here, and having Little John and Robin Hood. So Robin Hood, like, because he has this scene where he's like stirring the cauldron, the pot, and he's like burning food, right, while he's in like a trance or daydream. So I think that could be one of those things that we do see actually like as an animation in the kingdom. And then we could maybe see Little John just hanging up the laundry. So, just going to the basket, putting it on, and then whatever, and then going back to the basket, and so on and so forth. Because we're looking for like repetition kind of quests, and so sitting there in a daydream for Robin Hood is perfect. And then again, hanging up clothing, or else just kind of even just standing there having a conversation with them could work. So, yes. You do get that a lot. If you don't like it, I will never bring it up again. I'll do my best to remind my Dory brain, for sure. I love the textures on all of the trees. 100%. And that's why it does the details and stuff. Considering the age of the movie, 1973, it's just like, I feel like all this detail into this is like really great. Really great. And I think some of our current sort of decorations and stuff are going to work out really nicely with this too. Like we have the picnic table and stuff with like the bread or whatever, and you guys can kind of see it on the right side there that we do have that table like that. So if they didn't include it in the actual attraction, we could put it right beside, so it kind of makes us feel like it's part of it. So we'll see how it goes. But I think that would be a decent representation of Sherwood Forest for sure, having like this area. Or they'll have it as like, they'll call it something else, like the Hangout, right? Like Robin Hood's Hangout. Again, there's no attractions there at Disney, and there's only that one Friar Tuck's Nook. So it's like, or the Friar's Nook. So it's more like we don't have a lot kind of to go off of. So we do have, the ability to be imaginative with what we do. The other thing, which I thought would be really cool, is to have, this is Nottingham, right? I call it like the village. So if I refer to it as a village going forward or in the future, this is what I'm talking about. So it does give me like that village vibe. And I think this would be really cute if we had like a row of these little like houses and stuff like that. Or to have some sort of setup here. And you guys can see the well, and we already have a well in the kingdom as well. I think it was more with Snow White's collection, but I think like, because it has like the blue roof or whatever, but I could see us either getting like a different variation of that and they could just change the color of it, or, a kind of a change up there. This is the other possibility of having, I forget what the family name is for this, and I tried rewatching that section, and I couldn't figure out what the family name was. It's probably on the internet somewhere, but I didn't get around to figuring it all out. But anyways, this is like where the bunnies and stuff live, from what I remember. So we only get like a very, very quick glimpse of this kind of house, but it does get me again, like that. Remember how I said Rabbit's house? So I think like if they do make, you know, this as one of the things, as like lining it up for potential tower challenges and stuff like that in the future, we could see this appearing in there. I don't think it's as likely, and that's why I kind of left it, you know, where it is, but I think that, you know, it is very possible. Now I realize I don't have an image of it, and I'm going to see if I can actually pull one up. I guess for some reason it didn't make it and I didn't notice. This is the one that I'm kind of creating, but like I think really would be nice to have there, because they do spend a good chunk of the movie there. So it's the championship. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Multitasking is not the best here. The championship archery tournament. So how that would kind of, okay, here is a kind of a perfect image here. So I'm going to pull this up and throw it over here so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at. Okay, so this is what I was thinking for the gold trophy, essentially. Now, in terms of the actual grounds, where's the image that I used? We could see something along the lines of this. As you guys can see, like, it's not super clear in there, but it's a video, so I can't really do anything. We'll show part of the movie, apparently. But this whole archery tournament, with the box and everything, I could definitely see this as being something we could see on the battlegrounds, or seeing it as an attraction. So that is definitely something there that I think would be pretty significant. Will Robin Hood get any costumes? I highly doubt it. If they did, then this is more or less what he would look like here. So yeah, I know he's in disguise, but it was a pretty good one. So there's not like a whole lot of images. I'm not really seeing the one I had used there, but anyways, it gives you a general idea of what I'm talking about here, but just kind of having some sort of grounds like this. Now, I was kind of basing it off of Mulan's training camp, so you guys know. So that's kind of where my head was at when I was like going through all of it, and I was like, oh yeah, I think it would look something like that, but have a bit more of a Robin Hood twist to it, so having a little bit more like royalty instead of, you know, not. But yeah, anyways, I think that's kind of where my head's at for that one there. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. In terms of concessions, though, I only think we'd probably get one or two. I think really the main one is having Robin Hood's actual hat. Now we do have one in there that's like the Oktoberfest, and now Pinocchio, they both kind of resemble it. So in terms of like if we didn't get a concession stand but we had one of those too, I think it would be pretty much great. So yeah, and Peter Pan's hat is very similar as well. This is a real theme that crosses over between, you know, certain movies. So again, I think that this is something that you know, could end up happening there. Why did they stop releasing permanent content? You know, Magic Gamer, that's a really good question. I was really hoping that they were going to continue to do that. But it usually happens around this time of year. They've literally, since I've been playing the game for the last like 4 years, they've never missed that opportunity to have between, you know, January and the end of March, having some sort of thing like that. So I think, you know, because it's going to be a limited time event, we're not getting that. I don't know what's going on. My guess is it's because the release of Land, they're just not able to keep up. And even though they're saying they're like back on track and more organized and whatever, I think that's like, I hate to say it, but I still feel like that's like about a year away. Now, again, they've lost another community manager. I'm telling you, I know you guys have recommended it. They just need to hire me. or start having, some more fun with it like they used to, and like giving clues out to certain people, and getting it back out there in the community, because right now they essentially have disconnected from their community entirely. It's like they hit a certain like size point, and then they were like, oh, we're too big now to like interact or something, and it was a bit of like, oh, whew. But yeah, basically after Marc Andre, things started to, and I always use that as my point in reference time, because after that we did see a steady decline in communication with us, and to like how content was presented and the kind of content they were giving us. So there was definitely like a lack there of connection with the community, and it's still happening. But I know there's a few people left in there that really want to, and we saw it from the girl that like hosted that stream, and I knew that Amanda was leaving 100%, and it's confirmed now that she's gone. But because she didn't appear last stream, and they were like, oh, she's just gone away on vacation. But I was like thinking, I just think that obviously her contract didn't get settled, or something happened there, because for once again, for them to change community managers like this, it just, there's something's going on there in the grand system of things. So I hope that girl that did our stream last time ends up doing it, because she did a really good job. And, I felt like she had some passion kind of, put into her work. So I think maybe she could be the one to turn this around for us. So I do have high hopes for sure. for sure with that girl. I forget what her name was. But yeah, I really liked her. And she did a good job for sure. Hire Steffi. Well, thank you. That was what everybody said, that she left, like, I think this was like over a month now ago or whatever. We found out about 2 weeks after I think it was about 2 weeks, maybe 3, after the initial live stream that DMK put out. There was talk about her leaving, and then there was some sort of post in Discord that she left. So, yeah. Wow, I was starting to like her. She's the one that she was the one though with the whole, I know I don't really want to bring it up on YouTube, but remember playing for Twitch? Essentially, that only came up because of her. She and I guess the last gaming manager as well, but I just never felt it's not going to appear on here, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about if you've been on Twitch. Her name is Kaylee. Thank you, Miglos. Yeah, she seems really good. Yeah, so I think she's going to be a wonderful, wonderful addition there for sure. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it, guys. So again, 7 characters. I think I've covered like the 3 attractions with the potential 4th there, as some kind of possibilities depending on Friar's Nook or whatever. But I don't know what they would do in terms of like premium, but if they do have Friar's Nook, I think that would probably be the one to be the premium. But yeah, King Richard's Castle we would kind of need, and Sherwood Forest, and probably something to do with the archery tournament. Again, unless they use that as the battlegrounds, then ditch it. So now I will be really disappointed if we don't have 7 characters because then that pretty much cuts out a large portion of my character selection here. But I think for the most part, I think, again, it's pretty clear that we should be getting 7 characters in this event. There are enough of them for sure. It reminds me a lot of Brave that way, where there is the opportunity to introduce a lot of fabulous characters. Now, again, these are the extra ones as well for potential tower challenges. But, again, I think there's a lot of options here, and I think that it pretty much guarantees this event to be, fantastic, just like the movie is. So, yeah. Something is definitely not right within the workplace if they keep switching community managers. Yeah. It's something's wrong there. Yeah. Thank you for your opinion. I know it is sad. It is sad, but at the same time, it's just like the permanent content needs to come. It's just a matter of when. I still love this image. I'm still so proud of myself. All those characters, no, I had the first 7, and then the Rooster and Lady Cluck. Those 2 were extra characters that have the potential to show up but are highly unlikely, that I think would be better suited for a tower challenge. But I always try and include a couple extra. That way it kind of allows our mind to sort of think outside of the, you know, 7 character box, and, you know, think about what happens after the event and the tower challenges. I mean, Gord, no one could have predicted that in like 100 million years, but you know, it's like, I didn't even remember him. Like at first I was like, Gord, who the frick is that? I'm like, I've watched that movie so many times. I love it. I just could not think of freaking Gord. But anyways, I do see that there is a lot of potential in this one as well, so. You need to watch Robin Hood before the event. You do. I've watched it a few times now, so in preparation for this. So 100%, it's going to be really great. I would love Lady Cluck to be a tower challenge. I thought she would be funny and cute. 100%. She's adorable. I love that she's so feisty, and I think she would have a lot of great dialogue as well with Little John. I just feel like we'd get some decent banter there. Alicia, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. You're the best, girl. There it is. It just popped up. It says, looking forward to Robin Hood and his gang coming, and my thing just swept. Coming to our kingdoms. It will be nice to have another Disney classic movie. Great stream, Steffi, and thanks for giving us something to look forward to. You're so welcome, and thank you so much for that super chat there, girly. That was really sweet. I appreciate that extra support there for sure. But yeah, I think this definitely gives us some, and she's right, it gives us a lot of hype around the game again. And again, Robin Hood being a classic, but one that's like, you know, that people have kind of, I don't want to say forgotten about, but it is kind of old and there isn't a lot at the parks. It does give us like a huge avenue to be creative and bring in some of these amazing characters and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the character design and the dialogue naturally. So I think that Prince John with his like sucking on his thumb thing, oh, it's going to be so great. I can hardly wait to do his impression. It's not going to be that great, but I'm definitely going to be very dramatic when I do him, because he's always freaking out. He's always freaking out. It's so funny. You want the chicken? The rooster? The rooster, he does kind of, he's kind of like our narrator for things. So that's why, again, like he could appear in the event, but it's a little bit more unlikely. And again, it's just, you know, because there are so many popular characters in here, I'd be surprised if he made the cut, but he's not ruled out. But we don't talk about Gord. Frig, we'll talk about Bruno, but we're not talking about Gord there. You just made me think of Encanto there. Oh my gosh. There will be 2 new floats in Main Street Electrical Parade at Disneyland. Oh, okay. Do we know what they are yet? I want the bunny kids, but I'm sure that that won't happen. Not for a while. I agree with you there. I think that they would have been really cute characters to have, but I could definitely see them, like, if they do a lot of detail with these attractions and stuff and make them a little bigger in size, we could see them as being like little assets, you know? They're like just kind of as little things that, you know, just run around or whatever. So I think it would be really cool if we had them appear. But yeah, it does seem a little unlikely at this point in time. But you never know. You never know. You can't rule it out. You think Turning Red is after this? Oh, I don't even know what that is. Turning Red. I'm not familiar with that. Okay. Well, I'll have to look that up. Sorry, I think I missed something. I have a theory that Gord is actually King Candy, only in the form he takes on after he gets defeated in the first movie. So maybe King Candy will be a costume for Gord later on. Minion. What? Oh my god, that is so funny. King Candy is Gord. You know, it is not that unbelievable. Like I could get behind that weird theory. Yeah, I could. 100%. A bunny tapper. Yeah, that is, you know what, that's something that I didn't really take into account as the bunnies being a tapper, but that is a wonderful idea. We are going to have some sort of tappers around the kingdom, and we are kind of, it's not really Easter because Easter is like quite a bit later this year. Like I think it's like the 14th or something of April, but anyways, it could be something in that whole grand scheme of things. We could see that. We definitely could. It'll be interesting, but yeah, we're gonna have a couple of tappers. We're gonna have the gold trophy, and all that. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes for sure. I was about to ask who is King Candy, but then I remembered. Oh, if you can remember Gord and not King Candy, you need to rewatch the movie. I'm gonna love this one too, 100%. It's gonna be really, really awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. But you know what, guys? I think that pretty much wraps up my stream for today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys do or did, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. And I will see you guys tonight, 6 p.m. on Twitch. We're going to be doing Genshin. So, if you want to say hello, Cheryl. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of my game plan for tonight. And I'm going to be starting that event. So, it's going to be kind of long. Apparently, it could take me more than one stream to get it done. It's going to take several hours. Apparently, there's a lot of grind there. But we are opening up that... the chasm, so it's going to be a whole new section of land. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's on the 14th of April this year. Okay. Thanks, Gal. Hey. Hi, bye. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I will see you tonight on Twitch.